All right, so method number 2. Let's say I wasn't really comfortable with the shape thing. Method number 2, you can see if it follows the empirical rule. If it follows the empirical rule and it looks kind of mounded and symmetrical, it is going to be a normal curve. So they gave us the mean up here. So I'm putting that as the center of this graph. I'm sketching a normal curve, but actually the question is this the right shape? Yes or no? That's what we're trying. I am adding the standard deviation. I rounded them. I am adding the standard deviation of 1.2. I added it once. I added it twice. I am subtracting it once. I'm subtracting it twice. So now I have a list of plausible fridge capacities. And then these are the numbers I would expect to see. And if anything isn't super between these two boundaries, I would not expect it to be very common. And then what I'm going to do, now that I have these boundaries, I'm going to check the empirical rule. So if I go one standard deviation left and right, that's from 14.6 to 17 cubic feet. I'm going to ask the question of count the number of fridges that are plus or minus one standard deviation from the mean. So 14.6 to 17. I'm thinking I'm including the 14.6. I might have a decimal error because I rounded, but I'm just going to not worry about it. So everything between 14.6 and 17 is included. Now heads up, these were 12 long, these rows. So that's one row to here. That's another row to here. So that's 24. And then I have one more. So that's 25. If you're not sure, just double count them. But I think I have 25 out of 36 fridges that are within one standard deviation of the mean. And then if I divide 25 by the 36 fridges that I had, that gives me 69.4. Honestly, folks, I don't know that I can get any closer to 68% with 36. So that's as close as I can get. I'm comfortable that those are very close. Then I'm going to count the number of fridges that are 2 standard deviations above the mean and 2 standard deviations below the mean minus. So that's going to be from the 13.4 to the 19.2 cubic feet. So I'm going to go count. And here, 13.4 is between these guys, so this guy's not included. And then 19 was my upper limit, and I don't have anything up there. So I only have one fridge that doesn't count as being within 2 standard deviations of the mean. So I'm doing 35 out of 36 fridges. That's 97.2. I think that's also just about as close as I can get to 95% with 36 items. So that's close to 68. That's close to 95. These are close to the empirical rule numbers, so I think it's approximately normal, and I'm comfortable with that, and I'm happy, and I'm done. This method I would use whenever you already have a list that's in order, right? So that made it easy, right? So these guys are in order. That helps. And you already know the mean and standard deviation. That's when I would use the empirical rule because it's not a big fuss to get those numbers and those details.